here at Batchelor Middle School today, and we're going to go take a step into Kara Cheslock's homeroom to see and learn a little bit about social and emotional learning. Come on with me.
Activity 8, values and decisions. You're reflecting right now on your own. Who is someone you admire? All right? And what about that person do you admire?
In Miss Cheslock's homeroom class, one time a week, students are focusing on social and emotional learning skills. Things such as self-awareness, social awareness, problem solving, conflict resolution, and understanding what it means to have empathy for others. This class is truly making a difference for our youth.
My favorite part of the curriculum is, I think, the authentic conversations. They can kind of share their real life experiences. I can share kind of mine experiences as an adult, as well as kind of when I was in their shoes at the middle school level. So it's kind of created a really cool atmosphere with my students.
It seems like walking through the hallways, it seems like there's a lot more students just saying hi and doing nice little kind actions for each other based on SEL.
Say something right. I need to kind of pause and reflect on that. Morgan.
So like it helps me like stop and then use like my like emotion, like if I'm like angry during like a debate or something.
I said respect, compassion, and like the ability to like make mistakes and like determination.
Miss Cheslock takes extra care to make sure the students have fun and are excited to learn more about themselves and these important topics. Notebooks and markers are used throughout each lesson for students to write their thoughts individually and then share out. Miss Cheslock has created a wonderful environment where it is safe for students to explore SEL.
Other kids in the hallway, right? We can choose to pause, right? Reflect on those values that we talked about, right? So maybe here at school, middle school was just a tough time for a lot of kids. So, bullying, and I think it's a lot different even than when I was growing up. They have social media. You can't escape that unless you turn off your phone or walk away. You have those things. You have, how do I set goals? One thing I notice a lot is, how do I have a conversation with an adult? So I try to making it meaningful by kind of connecting with my kids. That's the most important thing to me, is building those relationships. And if I can be authentic with maybe some topics that they're not as comfortable talking about, it opens up that conversation of, this is how I feel, or this is where I come from. Where at this age level in the middle school, they're afraid to have those conversations. They don't want to be judged. They don't want to be criticized for things that they say, and creating that environment where it's okay to share here. It's a safe environment. Everything that stays in that room, is there, and it's kept there, and people respect each other. And that's just things that I hope in one classroom spread to other classrooms. So just building those connections and allowing them a space to feel safe to share out and kind of learn, what do I do in these situations?
He's transgender, and he was able to come out and change and feel accepted the way he is and stuff.
Okay. Anybody else want to share?
It can help you visualize what you want other people to see you as, I guess.
I like that a lot. Natalie?
You can make a better choice.
Make a better choice, right? Just by taking it.
Being able to share my experiences with other classmates and learning that we have a lot in common.
The cool thing for me is to see we have those conversations, but they also come up with, how do we kind of take this around Batchelor? How do we do these things? Alyssa today sharing out, for her to pop up today and say, what, I said hi to a new student that was in, the hallway and stuff. It's those things that we've been talking about, and I told them a lot. It's one thing to talk and it's one thing to do, and them kind of starting to take those steps. I've seen, some great conversations happening. I had a student come up to me today that was like, hey, that if-then plan that we worked on last week, I've been trying to do stuff with my athletics and I wasn't doing this anymore, and I've already created some plans for that. Right. Specifically mentioning one of your values, what are you going to do in that situation?
An example that I've done was if-then statements, and it's if I'm really nice to my parents and they won't discipline me, or if I do really good in school, then I could be able to get good grades.
I really hope that this SEL initiative kind of just paves the way for our students to be prepared for the future. That's what we're here to do. Like I said, we're not just here to teach them about academics. We're here to teach them to be prepared for life and to kind of have the life that they want to live, but how do we help them get there?